You are about to listen to a revised group coaching session in my beautiful, gorgeous, amazing, perfect program, Hybrid Hub. It is a combination of a course and a group coaching program and community for hybrid photographers and videographers to scale their business. The snippets you'll hear in this podcast are hopefully valuable, but they don't show how supportive and funny and smart and beautiful, gorgeous, Larry's perfect the members of Hybrid Hub actually are during these calls. If at any point you're like, oh my God, I have to join Hybrid Hub, I have to get in this room, I totally get it. So you can either book a free one-on-one strategy call to see what your next steps are for scaling your photo video business, or just join at the link below. I want to make sure that Hybrid Hub is the right fit for you, so I highly encourage the one-on-one call. But with that said, let's get right into the episode.
I've really been enjoying you all submitting your clips. And it seems like everyone is in phase 2, except for Emily's in phase 3 right now. Humble brag, Emily. And Abby, I am really happy you're here. I know you weren't the only one nervous about this, but you were the only one who expressed it in front of everybody. Just that feeling of like knowing it's in you to sort of fall off if you aren't like constantly surrounded by people. And I feel that too, especially if it's something that can overwhelm you. But I'm really, really, really glad that you're here, especially during the holidays. And it's officially a new year tomorrow. And so whether you are a New Year's person or not, I hope you're at least going into this next year mindful of where you want to be by the end of it. And then we can break that down into as many chunks as feel good. With that said, phase 4, I don't want you all to be overwhelmed just skipping around, but I've decided that instead of co-working in January, we're instead going to go through phase 4 together as a group. And we're pushing that meeting back an hour so that it's 8 o'clock for Brianna.
Thank you so much.
No problem. No problem. And I asked the most consistent coworkers today if they were all cool with that, and everyone was like, yeah, shut up, we don't care. So everyone's cool with it. And so what we're gonna do is spend next week looking at our yearly goals as far as marketing goes. I call it financial goals marketing because a lot of people teach marketing as this thing that's this like crazy sprint in a really like unfocused like 3 to 5 pillars way where you're posting about a bunch of different topics to try to gain trust. The thing that I know, especially in the past few years where every platform has switched to being more interest based instead of follower based, I'm less concerned about pillars and I'm more concerned about creating pieces of content that lead your potential customers exactly where you want them to go next. So it's less about throwing a ton of things at the wall to try to get a bunch of attention and followers and likes and comments, and more about how do I get people to take the next step that I want them to take and to get the right people too. So there will be some ego checks this year, especially as you all go through the system again and again. There will be like weeks at a time where you're getting such low views and low engagement that you're wondering like if it's even worth it. But to me, a video that gets 7 views that leads to one person inquiring and booking is a more useful piece of content than one that goes viral and doesn't get you any bookings. So we'll be in it together. It'll be really fun. We'll spend next week on planning for the year and hopefully getting into planning for the quarter. The next week on monthly planning and how the weekly flow works. And then the rest of the month will be about implementing. So leaning into batch creating and what that daily flow feels like. So hopefully going through phase 4 together for 1 month will help you all stay consistent with it for the rest of the months. Sound good?
This photographer added on a highlight film, but she has audio provided by the family because it's like a special song. And she wants to include it, but she's having trouble making it match the vibe of the film she's trying to create.
Is there sometimes, and don't feel like you have to do this for your homework, but just like for something to give to the family, if you feel like it really would mean a lot to them to use the personal song. What makes it feel wrong sometimes is trying to stretch it into the 90 seconds that a song takes. So like even if you can clip like the best part of the song or the chorus, so it's like 15-30 seconds and just cut together a really tight edit for the family, even for social media, they might really appreciate that.
That's a really good idea. Because there is like one portion of the song that like fits part of the wedding experience,
Yeah.
but like it was 4 full days of events. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I mean? And it was all like very carefree and playful and silly. And the song is like very serious and like almost like feels like classical, and it just the
Yeah.
vibes aren't right. But I think I could probably
So
put
like for the
together like
processional?
the processional that we missed because the wedding planner started the wedding before we were ready.
Yeah, that processional.
That one. No, I think I could probably use like some of the getting ready clips in there, and those are like their favorite photos. So I think that could work.
Okay, I love that. And it helps to know already what their favorite part of the day was too.
Hmm.
Okay, I'm gonna link this video of mine to don't like judge it too hard. I like hate my videos after I make them, and it's been like 2 years, I think. But similarly, they sang together during their engagement session, and the audio is kind of shitty, so I just clipped like the tiniest part of it to use as a transition. So maybe like that could get your gears turning on like, what if I front load this video with like my favorite song from Artlist, the absolute best footage, transition to kind of like reset attention. So like break up the scene with a tiny portion of the personal song and then end
Hmm.
out with like the last bits of footage that work chronologically, and just sort of break it up that way. So like whenever we can like reset people's attention with the tightest edit possible, I think that's really nice storytelling.
Okay, that sounds good. I will watch it and I will not judge you too hard because I feel the same way about all of my work. I hate it when I'm done
Okay,
with
good.
it, even
Yeah,
though I
that's
loved it when I was
everybody.
making it.
That is everybody. Um,
Okay.
This photographer is changing positions with her full-time job. She's super busy, super overwhelmed, and wants to do a ton in her business, but feels like she doesn't have time and she's just overwhelmed.
I think from what I know about you,
Is
like
that I'm a mess.
no, I don't think you're a mess at all. I think you're naturally a very organized person who's a bit of a perfectionist, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And like you can get really hard on yourself if you can't stick to the perfect system. But the season of life you're in, like you need to be okay with doing a bunch of random things in the time you can make for this, right?
Yeah. I'm trying to any little progress. That's what I'm going for.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, I love that. I think if we could distill this down to like what's one thing that would be the absolute most important thing for me in January, does like something pop into your mind, or does that feel like a scary question?
Mm, a little scary, but really I just want to have my backend system solidified because I'm redoing my emails because I've tried a bunch of different things and tried templates and tried my own, and then it didn't sound like me, and then it's so
Yeah.
just reworking that stuff. And then questionnaires I keep changing because I need more information and I want it to be intentional, but then I don't want it
Yeah.
to be like too long and overwhelming.
Yeah.
So just trying to find that balance.
Okay. I think then would it be helpful during co-working to do little check-ins of like, hey, by Friday, can you have your email templates redone?
Yeah.
Okay. And
And
then like the next
I
week
will
by Friday,
need
could you?
someone to look at them because I don't
Yeah,
like doing that.
that's totally fine.
Tell me if they're terrible or not.
That's appropriate anytime, but you'll like just to give you more confidence, like that's phase five.
Okay.
Like so just label it phase five and throw it in the hub or don't, but like there's nothing off limits for like asking for group feedback or for me to look it over with a Loom video.
Okay. I've
And
always
like
tried to avoid doing that, but I need to do
don't
it.
avoid that. It's okay. Because we're all dumb.
Yep.
Like no one's
The
better
best
than
way.
you, you know? I just like if you need confidence to like show the parts of your business that you're still working on, like ask any of us what we're working on and see how unfinished it looks. I barely use my email templates and they are set up.
Yeah, thank you.
See, that's the other thing. I wonder, I might not really use, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a whole
I
thing.
wouldn't like, I think there is so much of us as business owners where it's like, this is the way you're supposed to do things. But then, like, part of being a business owner too and a service provider is then you practice for 6 months to a year And then if things like aren't being used or aren't working, that's not a system. That's like, oh,
Hmm.
that actually doesn't work for my workflow or how I work. And that's not something to pass judgment on. That's just something to like take notice of and like try something else,
Hmm.
you know?
Yeah.
And you're doing great.
Thanks, Mom.
You're welcome, baby.
This photographer has no fucking idea how people pump out galleries quickly. She was trying to figure out how to edit faster. Her processing times are so slow, and she also heard me saying that I edit my photos extremely fast, and so you'll hear me speak to that too.
This is a great one. Can I ask you stupid questions and let's all just be okay with it? Okay. Did you look up like if you have like enough RAM and like memory and all that shit for the programs you're using?
Yes, so all of that technical stuff is really over my head and a lot to
Same.
learn in and of
Yeah.
itself. My dad is a full-time self-employed IT guy, so I kind of just throw it at him and go, put what I need in order to do all of my Adobe creative. And he did. And I've had him check it again within the last week, and he says it's all still fine. So I don't think it's that. I have 2 memory cards in my laptop. I have the hard drives everybody recommends. So I don't totally know. My laptop's older, but I was told it shouldn't affect it too much, just a little bit, not enough for it to be a week of a difference.
Right.
So I've
Okay,
looked at
dumb
my
question number 2. Your Lightroom catalogs, are those being saved on the external hard drive or on your computer?
external hard drives, all of them, and each
Mm.
individual gallery has its own catalog.
Mm-hmm. Dumb question number 3. Well, no, that encompassed my other one because you're using external hard drives. We do have a student, not to call her out, who was not using external hard drives.
That's so terrifying.
I was like, wait, we need to back up his stuff. Okay. I trust your dad so much. We love daddy. Can we just on your in your next free time look up your laptop model and just see like if you like RAM specifically, because I know that's the big one for Premiere Pro. If you have enough for what it's suggesting for running that program.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll do that. Probably not tomorrow, but I will probably do it by the end of the week.
And you know what? Like that's a fair blocker. I had intern Morgan here last year, and I was actually being such a dick to her because I was like, why is everything taking you so long? And then like I tried using her computer and like same thing you're saying, just that loading bar. And then when she upgraded, like she was magically very fast. So this is a fair blocker. I would like see what it would take to upgrade when you have more money, but don't beat yourself up about it.
It's definitely on the high up on my to-do list because if it does end up being something that I can just upgrade and I just need money in order to do it, it's going to be the first thing because everything is slow and nobody likes slow and I can't charge more for slow. So that's where I'm at.
Totally. The second part of what I was going to say is don't get hung up in what I do, you guys. I don't want to say things offhand like that and you guys feel like you have to edit as quickly as I do. The sheer volume of video that I have to export is much different than what your workflows probably are because you're mostly photographers. Like I am mostly a videographer, you know? So don't get all weird about that.
This photographer is redoing her packages because she's in that phase of Hybrid Hub. She's also looking forward to next year because she wants to set better boundaries between her work life and personal life because she audited how she spent last year and she was just feeling a little burned out.
You're working on planning out your time for next year and actually building in personal time and fun time.
Yes.
You're talking to the queen of being horrible at that.
Great.
So yeah, no, I'm glad you mentioned that. That's a beautiful thing to be thinking about before the new year. And when we go into phase 4 together next week, that's exactly where we start, is looking at your yearly calendar and blocking out non-negotiables. Here's my story to go along with this. I never put my first kid's birthday on the calendar. And then I kept accidentally booking shit on her birthday for 2 years in a row. And I had to be like, hey, psycho, like you have to stop doing that. She's going to start knowing when her birthday is.
Yeah.
You can't keep just changing her birthday.
It's so funny.
Oh, I get it. And it's not a dumb problem. It's very real. And part of having big goals and doing this full time and like making this like a serious business. It's not a serious business. We're not doctors, but like making our income goals and making this full time is realizing that like you're your own boss and you can't be like a shitty boss or you're gonna end up quitting, you know?
You
I know you're
froze a little
cutting
bit at
out.
the end.
Yeah, tell me when it got bad.
Around where you said we're not like a serious business, we're not doctors, but
Yeah, it's like ended there. That's so good. No, like it's serious in that like we're doing a service to finance our lives, right? But like we're our own bosses, so like we need to be good bosses to ourselves. So like build in that time off, like build in that rest time, build in the travel, build in your hobbies.
yeah, for sure.
Time to bake.
Yes.
Okay. I love that. We'll work on that intentionally next week together.
Cool.
And I'm excited to reconnect about your pricing guide too, so don't fall off on that.
Yeah, I will watch that loom
And
probably
just
later.
update me on it. You don't have to ever do anything I say, but when I look at your income goals, I just want the numbers to make sense. And so you're not killing yourself doing 60 weddings to make your income goal,
Yeah, for sure.
you know? Which like I guess it makes me seem like a hypocrite because I'm fine doing 60 weddings.
Yeah, I know.
I
I
think
had
I
told
literally
myself
said that today.
I had told myself that I was only going to book like 5 to 8 photo and video weddings, like joint, and then I completely did not listen to that boundary.
Yeah.
So now I'm
Well,
like,
and
okay.
the boundaries only make sense if the math makes sense, you know, and
Yeah.
vice versa, you know.
And like what inquiries were coming through. I was like, okay, if majority people, like I'm not going to turn them away. Like I'll figure out how to make it happen. So
Yeah. And this is part of how I teach pricing too, is you don't want to resent your bookings. Like you want to be excited when any booking comes through. So I don't cap it. If I think like my summer looks full, I just increase my prices.
yeah.
You know? So it's not like I'm only booking 5 more weddings. It's like, yeah, I'm happy to book another. If it's 12K, I'll do anything for 12K.
Yeah. Pay my rent for a year. Let's go.
Yeah. Well, half a year if you're doing the 50% thing.
That's true.
But yeah. You're doing great. I'm really proud of you. Your pricing guide looks great. I just want those prices to be higher. Okay.
This photographer asked if there's anything she could do to better prepare for the marketing phase of the program.
I think phase 4 is a lot easier if you've at least defined your like big boy offer in phase 3.
Okay.
And most of us are at least like Emily, you just went through phase 3. Like you go into it, it's asking you a lot of things you already know, right?
Yeah, and it was just like more like defining like, okay, everyone already has packages and deliverables. It's just like honing in on understanding them more and then taking that into building like your like golden package or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
I call it the big boy. And boy is spelled BOI.
It's great.
Duh.
Yeah. Brianna gets it. Yeah, to me, if you have that like one all-inclusive package, no matter how else you structure anything, because I don't want to get too pedantic and too like you have to do things exactly this way. But if I, as like your helper, I almost said teacher, and that makes me want to barf. If I, as your helper, can see what your biggest package is, as like that's the thing that excites you most, and if you like book this the most, and it'll get you to your goals the fastest, then we know how to market you and we know how to talk about it, right? Because like for me, the big boy package is a multi-day destination full coverage photo video wedding. And like I can talk about that so easily because it's not just about what they get. It's like I'm really fun to travel with. Like I'm not weird on your wedding day. Like I'm not going to be talking at you all day. Like I can talk about what that overall experience is like. And like that message never changes whether they book the big boy or something smaller.
Okay.
Deal?
Sounds good.
Sick. Okay. And it just like bust through phase 2 because I want to see the Italy video.
Oh my
Like, yeah,
God.
growing your business is great, but like I want to see the Italy video.
I'm so like nervous and self-conscious about it, but it is what it is. We all have to start somewhere, and I just happen to be starting in Italy.
Yes, you are. I just linked you a super old video that's probably shitty, so we can be self-conscious together.
Okay, perfect. I already saved the link, so we're
Okay,
good.
great. Did I tell you all, were you all here the day that I dropped my hard drive with the other brand photos I did in the studio?
Oh no.
I'm literally an absolute hot mess express this entire month. Like nothing has gone right, including me freezing. Am I freezing again?
No.
Oh no. I thought I was like, all of you were like frozen when I said nothing has gone right. And I was like, God damn. No, but I'm so appreciative of you all. And I'm really, really proud of you. And I just think you're all going to get freaking rich this year. It's going to be awesome. But, oh, yeah. Snaps for Emily. Okay. I will talk to all or most of you tomorrow, but be safe tonight and have fun. Wait, I have to get my story so people think the program's popular. Everyone wave, yay, Hybrid Hub. It's worth the money.
We joined on New Year's Eve.
I love it. Awesome. Have a great night, guys.
And that is it for today, friend. Be sure to leave a review and screenshot that review and send it to me at Hybrid Hangout. I'd also love to see the episodes you're loving in your stories so I can share and say hey and thanks for listening. Basically, I just want to be friends. I will see you soon. Beautiful, gorgeous, perfect raccoon with a camera.